So it's going to sound like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count along at home. Ready, go. Hi, I'm Matthew Nutter. I'm the vocal music teacher at Pleasant Valley Middle School. We have a quarter rest in the first beat, which means we're going to be silent, but we're going to think the number 1 and come in on number 2. So it would sound like this. Here I go. If I'm being honest, remote teaching is definitely a challenge. You become a teacher because you love kids and you miss getting to see them. But at the same time, there's so many new things that I have learned how to do that I will be able to bring into my classroom when kids are finally back. Like, I've learned how to streamline bell work, and I've learned how to check in on student progress in ways that I wasn't doing before the pandemic. You need to click on that link and it's going to open up the whiteboard.fi, which we have used before. That whiteboard website that I was using in my lesson is absolutely fantastic. It shows kids manipulating things in real time. So that is something I would normally have kids do for their bell work. Now I can just have them do it live, check in on each of their progress and see who's struggling and who isn't. I also really enjoy Microsoft Forms. That is something that we use to do informal check-ins with students, but I could use it for so many things. I could use assignments and it will automatically grade for me. I could use it to get feedback from students and it'll show me graphs and pie charts on what their answers are as they're answering it. It's really neat. You see, great work. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yay, Mr. Frankamp, you get stickers. How exciting! Here at Pleasant Valley, the exploratory team is definitely a team this year. We are working socially distanced in the same room. We all have plenty of space between us. We wear our masks, but typically it's one teacher or two teachers are teaching their lesson and the other subjects are in there just supporting the teacher. They are answering questions in the chat, they are giving feedback to students, they are helping us with any, if we have a tech emergency and somebody knows how to fix it, they'll come over and help us with it in real time. It's been fantastic to have a team to rely on like that here at Pleasant Valley.
We're going to do 2 sets of 5 on all 5 of our exercises. Again, we're going to get a full body workout in today and then a full body stretch.
Actually, kind of fantastic. The kids are taking all of our classes and we each get to teach a certain number of times a week. So the kids are getting this really eclectic knowledge. We've actually had really positive feedback from the students because they get to see all of the exploratory teachers, which is something they typically only get to do in 6th grade. I'm going to speak a rhythm pattern and you are going to create it. Honestly, I've never taught with another teacher in the room. So having other people in the room with me while I'm teaching and as they, give you accolades and tell you, you're doing a great job or what a fun lesson, I love that. It also has let me see other teachers teach their content. And that's not something that I've had the opportunity to do very much in the past. I'm in my 11th year of teaching and I could not tell you, I could give you a general idea of what's happening in a language arts classroom, but I actually get to chat monitor in language arts classrooms right now. I'm watching the content unroll. I'm learning about how the kids are learning about Ray Bradbury and other authors. It is fascinating. That's actually one of my favorite parts of teaching remotely is that I get to step into other classrooms like that.
Okay, we're 2 composers from the end. Let's talk about Tchaikovsky.
In my previous teaching, I did not do a whole lot of music history, and we've actually used a lot more music history in this. We do composer spotlights, we talk about how different composers interacted at their times. We've done more cultural lessons, we've done lessons about holidays around the world. It's been really interesting. We're also doing a lot more with general music theory, more than what I would do in choir. In choir, I'm very functional. I teach them how to read notes and rhythms, and I feel that's enough. We've been able to dive deeper into content, more so than I normally would in a school year. And it's all of you, nice work. So Trenton, you're getting stickers. Yasmin, you're getting stickers. So this is my first year here at Pleasant Valley Middle School. I have met only a handful of these students in real life. But despite that, you can develop some really great relationships with these kids. in the chat, like especially at the beginning of the hour, some kids and I will have like long drawn out talks about the TV shows that we're watching or about what our favorite foods are or what we did on our weekend. I've actually developed a lot of like, you know, great relationships with the students here despite not knowing them. It's been a lot of fun. Great work, folks. I appreciate you playing my game with me. You know, I'm really proud of how Pleasant Valley Middle School is handling the pandemic. And I think our distance learning has been a huge step that a lot of teachers have had to face. And I'm just so proud and pleased with how the teachers here are handling this gigantic barrier. I get to see kids in several different subjects and all of the grades, and I see how hard they're working and how hard our teachers are working to deliver quality content to those students. PVMS FM. Bye, y'all. Have a good one. Be safe.